Water, the source of all life on Earth. From mountain streams to raging rivers, water has been the sustainer of all life on Earth since the beginning of time. Water sustains not only the life all around us, but also the life within us. The average human's body is made up of up to 80% of water. So it is essential for us to maintain a healthy, balanced life. Without water, we wouldn't exist. But not all water is the same. The structure of the water we consume can determine how much we absorb and how well the body uses it. The chemical composition of water has long been considered the most crucial aspect of this substance, but groundbreaking research is starting to show that the structure of the water plays a much greater role. Water forms various structures throughout hydrogen bonds. These bonds, or clusters, serve as memory cells. Water molecules constantly interchange, but the general shape of the cell stays the same. The interior of these cells can arrange it in hundreds of thousands of ways, and these individual cells can interact with other cells in countless ways. It has long been known that consuming this type of structured water can be beneficial to your health. Animals, for example, will always choose structured water over tap or unstructured water. Structured water is used extensively in irrigation and food processing because of increased yields and sustainability. For instance, fruits have been shown to ripen faster and require up to 20% less water, while bakers use structured water to improve the texture of bread while decreasing the amount of yeast needed. Factories use structured water for cooling purposes as it produces less corrosion than standard tap water. It was not until the late 20th century that science started to understand the nature of structured water. In 1988, French immunologist Jacques Benveniste conducted a revolutionary experiment where he exposed certain antibodies to water and then removed them, leaving nothing but H2O. He subsequently managed to produce a reaction in specific blood cells that usually react to those antibodies. The conclusion drawn from the experiment suggests that the water had memorized the concept of the antibody. Luc Montagnier, a Nobel Prize-winning virologist, followed up on Benvenistes's experiment by diluting specific DNA in the water to the point where not a single molecule remained in the solution. He then managed to extract particular electromagnetic signatures associated with that original DNA, again proving that water can hold memory through its structure. In 1995, Dr. Emoto conducted a famous experiment to show that water has memory. His research involved playing various positive or negative music and words, like love or hate, to the water and then freezing it. The frozen crystals observed through microscope showed that positive music, or intention of love, formed beautiful harmonious shapes, while negative music, or intent, produced distorted, random, and even ugly crystals. Dr. Emoto also conducted a similar experiment that can be undertaken by anyone. He filled two identical bowls with rice and water and then directed positive intentions like love, joy, and happiness to one bowl and negative intentions like hate, disgust, and shame to the other. After a month, the loving container was virtually unaffected, while the hate bowl started to rot. This experiment is one of the simplest ways to show the miracle of water and its ability to hold memory or intention. Although most structure cells have a short lifespan, certain fundamental shaped structures can survive for extended periods, even resisting negative intentions, sound frequencies, electrical and radio interferences, and impact of pollution for many months. Some of the most robust fundamental structures have been observed in water collected from natural springs, and water embedded with strong positive intentions and sound frequencies, creating superstructured water. It has been observed that structured water is more easily absorbed and energizes human cells. Drinking structured water has shown to reverse the Rayleigh formation of cells. This is where cells become stuck together and can be a non-specific indicator of the presence of disease. Structured water can give the cells a charge to repel each other, allowing them to carry more oxygen and changing their pH from anaerobic to a more positive aerobic environment. Considering that a large percentage of our cells are made up of H2O molecules, it is essential that we consume water with the most natural structure possible to achieve optimum health. Dr. Konstantin Korotkov introduced the scientific approach of measuring the energy of water using a method called Kirlian effect, also known as electrical coronal discharge. This effect observes an aura or energy field around all material things. For example, healthy humans will show an increased energetic aura over unhealthy counterparts. In experiments where water was subjected to positive and negative sounds or thoughts, the water with positive intent always showed higher aura than the negative one. For the first time, this groundbreaking research has allowed us to measure the energy of water and be able to compare the energies of water and establish a relative standard. Even though most tap or bottled water comes from natural sources, by the time it reaches us, it has gone through long and complicated processes, diminishing its complexity. Simple 90-degree bends in water pipes have shown to lower the structure of water, not to mention high pressure and chemical filtering processes involved in water transportation and bottling. Numerous labs, including ours, have done extensive testing on the structure of tap and bottled water all over the world. Tests included electrical coronal discharge, Kirlian effect, Gauss meter, which measures ELF, extremely low frequency fields, Raman spectroscopy, and water crystallization during freezing. Almost always conclusive results indicate that tap and bottled water are virtually structureless. The H2O molecules are in random formations. Thus, the water is lifeless. Adults drink 2.5 litres of water every day. We are essentially made of water, and without it, we can't survive. Awake water is sourced from a pristine, ever-flowing spring within the beautiful Southern Highlands of New South Wales. Our unique water is filtered under enormous pressure, using the mountain as a natural filter as it rises up from deep underground. Researchers found that when highly structured water comes into contact with low structured water, the water will always become highly structured. After collection, we charge our already pristine water with so-called superstructured water. Superstructured water is formed in partly isolated weather systems. These systems form on a high flat mountain, usually above 3,000 metres, in tropical environments, isolated from any human or technological interference. In such environments, clouds are continually formed on top of the mountain and water undergoes a constant evaporating condensing cycle. We know from numerous experiments that one way to raise the structure of water is for it to go through natural evaporating and condensing cycles, preferably in nature. When water condenses from vapour to liquid, the molecules form highly structured cell formations. In these pristine natural environments, there are no human or technological interferences to break down the water, so it becomes more and more structured and charged in every cycle. Dr. Korotkov's lab has measured the energy of such water collected from the top of Mount Roraima in Venezuela, using the coronal gas discharge method, and it was shown to be 40,000 times more potent than ordinary water. Awake water is created into superstructured water by infusing it with water sourced from the pristine environments of Mount Roraima in Venezuela, Mount Somamos in Iran, Mount Orahina in Tahiti, and Mount Pico da Neblina in Brazil. We have also infused awake water with the water from well-renowned healing springs, including Lourdes, France, Norandau, Germany, and Tecate, Mexico. We are constantly expanding our library of superstructured water with current and planned expeditions all around the world. We know from Dr. Emoto that water has a memory and can be charged through energetic vibration. We charge awake water with binaural frequencies using state-of-the-art structured water vitalizer programs. These programs create an acoustic crystal which produces a special resonance in the water, inciting the molecules to bond in complex clusters that hold more energy. We also combine this with chants, prayers, and consciousness-raising thoughts, as well as music of love, peace, and harmony. The final step of charging awake water involves using the PEMF, Pulsed Electromagnetic Field device, like David Serrata's Lightstream wand. This device recreates nature's magnetic field, plus geomagnetic and Schumann frequencies to promote harmonious cells. We will continue to refine and develop our research to improve the synergy between these modalities. Our final awake water product is embedded with a very high multi-layered structure that radiates energy and life beyond anything else that exists in the marketplace. The awake water process produces structured water full of conscious life force and prana, or life-giving energy, measurable in a scientifically meaningful way. Numerous studies have shown the potential health benefits of drinking structured, high life force energy water. To best understand these health benefits, we invite you to come to our lab and test our water for yourself. We have scientifically demonstrated the difference between the energies of awake water and other bottled water. Through the Kirlian effect, GDV, we show you how your aura can increase minutes after drinking our water. We can detect the rise in your body vibration using ELF measuring devices and many other means. We currently have a lab in Sydney CBD and are in the process of setting up other labs around the world. Everyone is welcome to come to our lab, whether you want to test and compare different waters or to test your body's response to various waters. Awake Water aims to bring back balance and vitality to this essential essence for good health. Taste the difference. Feel the difference. See the difference. Awake Water. Feel alive again.